What's going on, comrades? Welcome to another exciting episode of Outside the Box. It's me, your supreme leader, Aaron, aka KBG, aka Kouldbayne, aka whatever you want to call me. Today for Outside the Box, I'm unboxing something that I just recently got a hold of, and it is the, if it'll come out of the box, oh god, it's in there tight, the House of X series. I really wanted this series because I love the way the tri-sentinel looks. I love the fact that it comes with an old school classic brown and yellow Wolverine without the shoulder pads. Yeah, so I'm super excited about this. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was really hesitant to get this at first because I've never done the Marvel stuff. I've always done DC stuff. So I'm excited about this. I'm gonna go ahead and get this all out of the box. And again, first off, we're going with my main man here, Wolverine. That's like my X-Men character. That's the one I really love. So this is actually my first ever Wolverine action figure. Like, I've never had a Wolverine action figure, and I always wanted one as a kid, but I never really showed enough interest in X-Men. And by the time, like, my parents really couldn't give me a whole lot when it came down to like action figures. You know, we had, things were hard, but, I'm not going to complain. But y'all aren't here to hear about my life story. Y'all are here to see an action figure. So let's get that out of the box. And, oh, that tape is on there so good. Oh, well, I ripped the box. Oh, well, I mean, I was trying not to rip the box, and I ripped the box. But that's okay. It'll still close. It's not totally destroyed. That tape's on my finger now. Put that in that trash bag I have here. And right off the rip, I love the background of this. I love just that simplistic background. So whenever I get finished, they're all going back in their respective boxes. So let's get old Wolvie out now. He's got two heads here. Oh, I love this. He's got it's kind of an older Wolvie, so you can kind of see. You can't really see it too well. Let me see if I can. There we go. But you can kind of see here. If it'll focus. It's not wanting to work right today. It's got kind of a sculpted beard on it to make him look a little older. And then it's got its clamshells. Really, it was not. I don't mind the Hasbro clamshells. They're not terrible. So points of articulation. He's got some good points here. Blades are permanently in place, which my buddy Overkill's reviewed this, and he said the same thing I think a lot of people have said, is that they wish to kind of send some extra hands that didn't have that. Joint-wise, their joints are a little bit different than the McFarlane figure, and I'm a little scared of that. Got good movement whatsoever. It's got the thigh swivel, which is really cool. Got the bendable hip there. It's a really cool fig. Let's take that head off real quick. It's a lot easier to take off than a McFarlane, at least. But harder to put on, it's like. There. So, you can put on you can change out his head. This is the head that he comes with here. Just a simple Wolverine head. So, not a bad piece. We got that shoulder. He's got a shoulder flex joint, which is really cool. I like that. So you can kind of like pose him a little better. But that's the figure right there, and it's not a bad looking figure. I mean, I really do like this. And detail wise, I mean, he's really well detailed. So it's not a bad Wolverine. Again, those joints kind of creep. The elbow joint kind of creeps me out a little bit. Like, you can tell it's a double elbow. You got to kind of hold that elbow in place to really get that pose that you want to get. Yeah, not a bad figure, and I think this wave here wasn't too expensive for me. I mean, thank God for the stimmy, But it's still a super cool figure, and I love that Hasbro really does pay attention to some details there. But yeah, so the Wolvie one looks really. I like that Wolverine. That looks really good. It basically gives a description on the back, and a really cool piece of artwork here. I like that. Again, you can see I kind of accidentally ripped the box trying to get that tape off of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put him back in the box here. I've got a box that I'm keeping all my figures in. Like every time I get any kind of shipping boxes, I keep them because eventually I am going to be moving, and I want to kind of keep all my figures as safe as possible. Next up, we have Charles Xavier, so Professor X himself, and he actually has one of the arms here, the right arm of the tri-sentinel. So I'm gonna get that out of there. Ooh, let me unplug that so we don't hear ding 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 the whole time. My wonderful, wonderful disc is clean, but there's still some parts that really need, and this is completely taped up. I know that I know people are telling me that, you know, hey, I'm ruining collector's value. Well, I mean, as long as I keep the figures in good shape and don't like break them, there'll still be someone out there that's going to be willing to collect. And you know, I'm an unboxer. There are very few items I ever leave in box. That tape and fold it up so I don't ruin that box too well, because I want to try to save the boxes the best I can. That way that it keeps the figure together. Alright, so with this Professor X, he comes with several pieces here, compared to that Wolvie that had just the head. And I like the way this Professor X looks. This is a more mobile Professor X. Oh god. What was that? Oh. That was the plastic that was keeping the head in place. It comes with several heads, several hands, and that tri-sentinel arm. I'm gonna get that tri-sentinel arm out and set that off to the side, because I'm gonna show off that tri-sentinel all in separate pieces here. Let me show you all that box art real quick on the back, because I think that looks really cool. That is a super cool look. Alright. Prof, let's get you out first, Professor X. You've been in there a little too long. His hand, they taped his hands down, which I'm not going to complain. At least they're securing them in place. You know, some toys I've had before where they didn't do that, and they came loose in the box, and it's a big fear of mine that I'm going to lose something like that. So here are the hands that it comes with. It comes with extra hands, and they're doing the traditional Professor X point. Grab that joint rather than that so you can kind of see. It came with an extra head, and this head's really cool because it actually has like the side beams, as I call them. So let's show off the figure with the original head on it. There it is right there, and that looks really, really cool. I like that design. And I'm gonna put Wolvie's other head back. I did. Okay, good. But there he is in this design, and I love the design of this. Let's take that head off. The heads come off super easy, by the way, so that's really cool. I want to put this other head on here. That's not on there. Oh, I don't want to bend that side beam. There. So here we can show it posing with that, and you can kind of see that. That's really cool. Like, I can move it over here, and you almost lose it a little bit, but put it right here in front of the picture, and boom. I mean, that's a beautiful look. You can. He's got a lot more posability, so like I can pose him, you know, doing this. I'm afraid to take those hands off, and I want to see how easy they are to come on and off. Not terrible, not terrible. I'm not hating that. And I can, you know, he's super posable, so I can like almost pose him touching his forehead a little bit. You gotta kind of flex the arm. That arm flex is really nice. I like that. Hasbro did a really good job on that. Okay. Can't quite touch his forehead with it. That's the only bad part there. I mean, I probably could with a little bit of like joint manipulation. But can I make him pick his nose? Yeah, I can make him pick his nose if I force it. So, you know, it's like... I'm sorry. I'm such a kid. But, you can change... I'm going to change out the hands because I really like... I don't know, I like these hands. These hands are really nice. Like, the figure itself's not bad. I don't mind this figure. Like, normally... Oh, God, I bent his arm backwards. That's the only thing that concerns me a little bit, is there's no real detail to tell you. I mean, there's sculpt detail, so it shows you where everything's supposed to be. Leftover fuzz or something right there. Yeah, it's just leftover paint. But altogether, again, he's got a pretty good build. And I've never played. I mean, I've played with a few Hasbro figs, but not much. Growing up, I mean, Hasbro was kind of the deal. You used to get Hasbro or Mattel, and that was it. At least from me. There were some other companies out there as well that I know of, but those are the only two that are really ringing a bell to me right now, because I'm not a toy historian. Like, I can't tell you too much about the history of toys, but oh wow, I noticed there's some look in there. Oh, okay, found something else. Bring that box a little closer for y'all, and you can kind of see that Professor X is in there, and I'm gonna take this fancy bald Professor X head off and put his helmet back on, and I love that sound of whenever something just goes right back in place. So he's got a lot of room. They've all got a lot of room in their box compared to like those McFarlane figures. Don't get me wrong, I love the McFarlane figures, but I like these. These are really cool so far. I'm loving these. Alright, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more figures to go, guys. Whew. It's gonna be a big haul. It's gonna be a big video. Next up, we have the let's see, this is the Omega Sentinel. I watched my buddy this is the first video I ever saw of this, was my buddy Overkill's over at Overkill's Gaming, or Overkill's Reviews. I'm butchering it. I'm sorry, Overkills. You know, you give me some good quality content there to watch, but this tape, that's the one thing I hate about like packaging, is like when they put a lot of tape on it. Let me see if I can cut that tape rather than fight with it. That's going to take up a lot of my time there, and I really don't want to. I'm a lazy editor, so the less I have to cut and paste and plug together, the better off I am. But right off the rip, I love the design of this, and they put the body in a separate. I love that box art, by the way, where you can actually see her. Again, you can see the box art in the Wolverine figure as well, where you can see Wolvie himself. So this has the torso for the Tri-Sentinel, and again, I'll show all of the Tri-Sentinel off here once I get finished. Get that out first. Set that here. That. It's falling. Alright, I'm gonna set all that by my. I wanted to set that where I could get to it easy. There we go. So let's get her out of the packaging. And right off the rip, she's got a couple of hand attachments here, which are really cool. And I'm gonna show you all everything in detail here. Sorry for the loud plastic noises. Okay. First off, I want to show off this cool head that she came with. Oh, good God. That is being held in really well. So first off, we have this really cool looking head here, and there's oh wait, yeah, the ponytails are movable a little bit, not a whole lot though. So I'm really okay. One of them's movable, the other one is not, and I think that may be just to kind of give a little bit of playability there. But right off the rip, let's start off by looking at the figure itself, and I love that color scheme there. There we go. Almost have to find where the spot is for it to focus, but as you can see, it's not a bad looking figure. That detail wise, she's really awesome. The arms are super cool. I like those. Trying to figure out where I need to take the joint off. If it's an arm pull joint. Okay. I didn't want to like overdo anything and have it like really not, but I went ahead and put the first cannon piece on here, and that looks really good. I love the design of that. Oh, let's see, how's it supposed to go? There we go. That's really cool. I like that. That looks super cool. You can actually move this to either side, and then it comes with another piece here, which looks even more impressive. I love the design of that. That looks really cool. So let's take that off, and I'm gonna put her arm back on because I like the original arms that it comes with. I really do like the way those look. Let's take that head off now. And I love the fact that Hasbro parts are so easy to put on and off. Like some of those McFarlane figures, you're real scared to do anything. She's got an interesting torso here, whereas it's more like up here where she really has some bendable movement. There's not much. You can kind of tilt her all the way back, lean her forward. Her head does turn a little. The arms are on, as I've been told, butterfly joints. They're very flexible. The bendability is not bad. The wrist does bend, which is really cool. Hip is on a swivel. Thigh is, or hip is pretty articulate as well. I like that. The knee is a double knee, which gives more posability, and that foot really does a pretty good job of movement as well. The thigh also has the thigh swivel. Really a great figure. These are good figures. And so far, I've got the tri-sentinel. You know what? I've been putting off showing them to y'all, and I want to show you everything that I've gotten so far, because we're only like 3 figures in out of a whole bunch. So this is gonna be a long video, guys, and I do apologize for the length. But this, you know, these are premieres. I always do premieres, so for my outside the boxes, just because it's such a long video. Here's the body of the tri-sentinel here. That is a huge piece already. I'm loving it. Let's go ahead and get this first arm on. I'm gonna put it on backwards. I put it on the wrong part because that's the left. I got it. It's a little hard to get out. There. So right off the rip, I mean, this is looking like a pretty gnarly piece here. I'm liking that. So let's move on to our 4th figure here, which is Miss Marvel Girl, which is the Marvel Girl figure. All right. And yeah, that tape is really in there good. I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna get all of them unboxed and just show them off in just a moment. All right. So next up we have Miss Marvel, like I said, and I had to take a quick break here to kind of get everything readjusted. But right off the rip, I like this little planter that she has here. That looks really cool. She comes with 2 extra hands here. I'm not going to take these out just because they really don't. I mean, they're nice to see, but I'm not going to take them out of the. I'm not going to put them on the figure. I'm just going to, because I mean, they're just extra poses. You know, unlike the Professor X fig, which actually had some, you know, I wanted to kind of show that off a little bit, but she doesn't really have much in the way of anything else like that. So posability, she looks really good. She has a little more play with her shoulders there. Elbow joints are really nice. I like that. They're crisp, they're not bad. Knee joint looks good. Knee joint looks really good there. I like this fig. This fig looks really good. Here, I'll bring her closer so y'all can kind of get a good view of her. Put her in that focus point. I don't know why my camera's focus point's so weird today. There it is. So, it's not a bad looking figure. I really like that. Alright, it comes with one of the tri-sentinel legs here. I'm trying to see which leg this is. This is the, let's see. According to that, this is figure 3, part 3. So this goes on. Let's see, that was part. The hand was part 1. 2 is the body part, 3 goes underneath the hand. So this is the left leg, or the right leg, excuse me. And that went on super good. I love it when a piece goes together. Look at how tall this is, though, guys. That's huge. It's gonna be a tall figure. In fact, I think that's actually taller. That's gonna be taller than the box. So I may have to keep that bad boy loose there. Let's get all of that stuff put away there, and then we'll go ahead and open up the next one, which is another personal favorite of mine. I always liked Wolverine, and I always liked the dynamic that him and the dynamic, you know, I'm not your friend, but I'm your ally kind of deal going on there with the next character here. And that is the one, the only Cyclops, aka Mr. Scott Summers. Let's go ahead and get him out. Huh, okay. That was a really cool backstory on there. It kind of gives you a little backstory. Again, I'm not showing off the box art anymore because I feel like that it's not bad. Like, I mean, but I don't want to spoil the box too much for y'all. He comes with a couple of heads here. And they look really cool. I'm not going to take too much time to take the heads off, because again, I don't want to bore y'all to death with like me part swapping all the time. However, I will show you what how the head looks. Here is so let's go ahead and show off the figure first. And I love this color variant here. I really do like the way this looks. That looks really cool. Let me bring it over to to his focal point here. There we go. It's kind of trying to focus. But as you can see, that's a really nice sculpt there. Same playability as the Wolverine figure. You know, it's got well, it's actually he's actually a little different. So he has mostly the same joint features. Throw that over here in my trash pile. I got a trash pile right now that I'm gonna be putting away. But the extra head comes with this attachable beam, and as you can see, that's a really good looking piece there. Heartburn's kicking in, but it's not a bad looking figure. I like that. And again, you can pop this head off just to show you, because I'm wanting to show it off now. You can have him posing with that beam there, which is really cool, and you can see just the sheer stress it gives him doing that. Always like Cyclops was always my good secondary, and like I was always a big Wolverine fan just because Wolverine kind of reminded me of me as a kid. I was short, angsty, and already kind of hairy. So, you know, being a Wolverine fan, that was kind of like, he was kind of my go-to character there. But I really like this figure. This is not a bad looking figure, and I'm loving this wave so far. Like, this House of X series of figures is really good, and they're really posable, which makes things a little bit more fun for me figure wise. So next up on my list is Moira McTaggart, and I like the box art on the back here. It shows you all of the Moiras that were out there. She's been going for a long time and has been through a lot. She's apparently kind of an immortal, from what I'm reading. And let's get her out of the box here. She comes with this neat little manual here. I like the way that looks. It's always good to have a little extra accessory. Okay, she comes with an extra head and some extra arms, which I think these are really cool, but I'm not going to sit there and take them off. Okay, so the jacket does come off. You can actually pose her, and I may actually do that real quick then. And we get another piece of the tri-sentinel there, and I'll show that off here in a second. Oh, I forgot to put the arm on. for the tri-sentinel, and I'll just go ahead and do that right after I get done showing off Moira. So here we have her here. I mean, she's looking really well detailed. Bring her closer so y'all can get a better look. And the camera doesn't want to focus today. With my face there, at least. It's a really nice sculpt. I really like the way that looks. Yeah, my camera's just not liking it today, guys. But one of the cool things is you can pop her head off here, and she comes with an extra head. It has a hat on it. I like that look. I really do like that look. And her arms are replaceable as well, which allows you to take off the jacket. I'm gonna do that real quick. I like that. That's super easy that you can get off the jacket there, that it's not like, you know, molded to her body. She comes with replacement arms, and I'm gonna bend that this way to make it easier to push that in. I guess I'm putting that in right. Nope. Ooh, I don't like that. Get the other arm out my hand there. That feels really, really loose. There, that's in. I felt it pop. And in a good way, not a bad way. A bad pop would freak me out for the rest of my day. I mean, I'm sure you could actually pose her with that vest too. There we go. But there's Moira without her lab coat on. And again, I like the design of this figure. She's super easy to put together and take apart. Like I said, the only thing that kind of weirded me out there for a second was the sleeves there, or that wrist, those arms there, because they are very, very loose. I'm putting the wrong arm on the wrong socket. That would be kind of weird. Getting that jacket back on might be a little difficult after you take it off, so be careful about that. Oh, that's why the hair's in the way. Oh God, you almost gotta like. I really need to get in shape if this is the way I'm struggling to put a figure together. Hats off to the factory workers that build these. But altogether, like I said, not a bad sculpt. I love this head here. I really do like the head design there. Moira is not a bad figure. Now let's get all her stuff put back in the box, and then I'll build more on that tri-sentinel for y'all. And I like the fact that, you know, most of the figures came with bonus parts. The only one that didn't really come with bonus parts, I'm a little bummed that he didn't, was Wolverine. You know, I figured they could have, you know, maybe snuck something on there like a hip piece or something, and put that in a piece to kind of give him more of a collector's value rather than just by himself. But I like it regardless. I mean, it's still a good figure. Alright, so there's Moira. Let's get the tri-sentinel figure here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all his next two pieces together. There's that next hand from, I think that was from Scott Summers. No, that was from Moira herself. That was from. Let me look. Yeah, that was from Scott Summers. So I actually built that out of order there. Apparently, I put Scott Summers closer to that one spot. But there's the leg there, guys. It's looking fantastic already. I built them kind of out of order. My bad. But my final piece here I want to show off is this Magneto. I love the box art on the back. And I love that internal box art as well. He comes with extra hands, which is cool. I love hands. I love it when figures come with more playable parts. Just pop that tape off and make it so much easier. And it comes with the head for the tri-sentinel. So let's get Magneto out. Magneto is one of my favorite villains. And just because, you know, his backstory is in line with like almost every villain's backstory, tragic past, you know, decides to go against the grain of the heroes because they've also had kind of broken pasts or messed up pasts. But right off the rip, this figure is really cool. The cape does feel like it comes off. Oh yeah, it can come off, which is good. I love the fact that it's sculpted to keep it from being a permanent fixture. You can take the cape off if you want to. But Magneto's always had a cool cape. I've always liked his capes. And this all-white figure is a little different than the red and purple Magneto we're so used to. But this House of X figure, and he's actually an X-Men in this one, which is super cool. And it says here that he forges an unlikely partnership with Xavier in pursuit of a lofty common goal, the protection of all mutants. I love that figure. Again, it comes with several hands. You get the closed fist, which is really cool. And you get the open hand, kind of, you know, grasping for anything magnetic, which is Magneto's quirk. I've always liked Magneto, you know, as a villain. I feel like he's been kind of a good villain to have there. But again, that figure is really well detailed. He's got a lot of points of he's got some great points of articulation as well. Not a terrible figure. None of these were terrible figures. The Professor X was a little gawky and a little weird, and I know that that's what a lot of my toy tuber friends have said, is that Professor X is really just kind of odd, so to speak. But let's go ahead and get the tri-sentinel put together here. And it comes with 3 separate heads. And I'm going to try to pose them as they are. They're going to be really fun to put on, because it's just such a thin piece. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. Oh, I don't like this. I do not like that. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. If y'all can't tell, I'm freaking out right now. That's really tiny. And let me go ahead and see if I can get that middle head. They're all kind of posing in a place that's kind of posed for wherever you want to put them. So let's see if I can get that. I don't like that. Oh god, I don't like that. It's so tiny, so tiny, and it just freaks me out. I shouldn't be afraid, because I mean, Hasbro builds these figures pretty well. So there's one head in. I got it in. Again, it kind of creeps me out a little bit. Not by the way it looks, but just by the sheer tininess of those heads. Oh, that actually doesn't stay in well. Let me grab that other head. Fell off. As soon as I got it in place, it fell off. One thing I do like about the tri-sentinel here is that you can pose these heads in multiple different positions. Oh my god. Oh, that is so tiny. But I'm trying to get this into that. And I don't want to do the hot water technique if I don't have to, because that does help with like tight joints. God, that's not wanting to go in. Alright, I'm going to take a quick break here and see if I can kind of get this in. So here we have the final figure in all put together, and as you can see, this isn't a bad looking figure. I mean, it's really well detailed. Those heads gave me a lot of trouble, and I know I said a few foul words putting this thing together, guys. Like, I was legit dropping some words because that thing had me mad. Those heads are just so tiny, and you know, already got some thumb damage there trying to get him on. But I like the look of this figure. I like the color. I like the just detail in the body here too. Like, that is a really well detailed body. As far as it goes, playability, it's really fun to play with. Like, I've already been playing around with some of the joints here, posing the heads a little bit, and I'm being real careful how far I move those heads, because that right there, it comes out super easy. Again, I think with a little bit of love and some, you know, great detail, they could have, you know, they could have made those heads a little easier to get in my opinion. But that's the only complaint I have about this figure. Posability, it's posable, and you can twist the abdomen around a little bit, which is good. So that's not bad. The hip joints are really fun to play with. Like, not a bad figure. This isn't a bad figure at all. This is really, really nice. So if you get a chance, try to snag this wave. I think each figure was going for like 20 bucks right now, and you gotta find them quick. You can find them at most of your convenience stores. Oh, you're gonna be a hard one to get into a. Let me see if I can get him in a box. As far as it goes, I don't think he's gonna. You don't think he's gonna fit in a box? I may have to fold up the legs and just try to like pose him in there. Yeah, he's really tall. So that's going to be kind of fun to try to get him in a box with another figure here. So I'm trying to fold him up now and see if he fits inside the box, because he doesn't fit in the box with... Oh, going from the wrong end. Go from the side I've already opened. That's cool. Hasbro has two openings for it. So, okay, I can fit him in there with a little bit of tightness there. I'm gonna try to set, there we go, that goes in good. But guys, that was a wonderful set of figures right there. I really do like them. That Professor X was a little too thin for my taste, but it's not bad. I'm not, you know, not complaining. It was a good figure. But guys, definitely go check that out. Definitely see if you can grab those. They're at most of your big convenience stores like Walmart, Target. Your big box stores are gonna have them. But anyway, that's it for today's video. I want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to this week's channel of the week, and that is going to be my good friend and pal Sleeping Collectibles. Sleeping has been at the game only for a little while now. He's only done this since October, and he's already almost up to 1,600 subscribers as I'm recording this. So he may have blown it out of the water already. But definitely go check out Sleeping Collectibles. Link's gonna be all down the bottom here. Go watch his videos. Dude makes some great content and is such a nice guy. Like, you couldn't ask for someone better than that in the community, and he's really a wonderful guy. Hats off to you, Sleeping. You've done a fantastic job, my friend. And, you know, the community is very happy to have you here with us, because you're very supportive too, which is very rare. Like, you don't get that from a lot of toy tubers. A lot of them now, a lot of big toy tubers, especially people that are starting to grow and starting to like do streams, usually don't comment with their fans, and he's always like, our viewers, he very rarely refers to them as fans. He always refers to them as friends, family, you know, all that stuff like that. So it's super cool. But yeah, go check out Sleeping Collectibles. But anyway, comrades, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Y'all can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Discord. All the links for that's in the comment below, or in the description below. You know, leave a comment and let me know what you want me to unbox next. If y'all find a wave of toys y'all want me to go through, I can definitely go through and do that. Check out the links in my description for all of my awesome friends like Sleeping Collectibles and their awesome works. There's Life Anime Gaming, who's another great guy out there. I gave him the first shout out that I ever did on these reviews. But definitely go check out all my friends. Go check out the links in the description for my merch shop, where you can snag some awesome merch for not bad prices, and it helps support the channel. And you can also check out the link to our affiliate, No Name Nerd, where you can snag some esports gear and even start your own esports jersey, even build your own esports jersey. For really not a bad price for jerseys. Jerseys are kind of expensive, and these aren't terrible. You can use the channel name to get 10% off your purchase. So if you're buying for a team of, say you're buying $100 worth of jerseys, you get $10 off. That's not a bad price to pay for you know, maybe 3 or 4 jerseys and still walk away with a little extra scratch to kind of, you know, put back in your pocket. So definitely go check them out. But anyway, comrades, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Much love, and das vidanya.